What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode with Mom and Papa Joe. Holiday season, so you know prime rib is on the menu. One of the favorite of many cooks, many parties, many holiday dinners every single year, and this year is no different. Let's get right into it. So here is our little prime rib. It's only one bone, folks. We don't need two bones or three bones or four bones like some of you. It's just Mom and I. This is a choice. I picked this up yesterday and was too lazy to do anything. So this morning I applied a little salt and just left it sitting in the fridge on this rack. It's been out of the fridge for about an hour or so. We're going to season this simply because I'm going to make a very interesting compound butter. So all we're going to put on this is just salt and pepper. Kosher salt. Now remember, we already had some salt on there. This is still a pretty healthy piece of meat. All right, we're talking just a little over 2 pounds. So don't be afraid to salt it. Keeping in mind you already added some salt. Then we come back with our coarse cracked pepper, just for a little texture in that crust. That's simple, folks. We want to keep this beef flavor because this compound butter is really going to bring some interesting flavors, I believe. We're going to go outside while this sweats and get our Weber preheated. All right, we're going to be rocking our Western Wood Cowboy Hardwood Briquette. I'm going to use 20 briquettes. People often ask me what temperature I smoked at. My Weber doesn't have a temperature gauge, so I always give them the number of briquettes I'm using, 20 today. All right, so I got my 20 briquettes, and if you don't know, this is the old school Smokinator. Comes with a water pan that fits in here. I'm not using a water pan, but it's great for turning your Weber into an offset smoker. So I'm just going to get this going, and we'll give this a quick 5 to 10 minutes to get going before we come back out here. All right, our fire is ready to go, man. Got a little piece of mesquite right here. Just gonna drop that right there on with our grate. Come back, I'm gonna have the fat cap towards the fire. I'm looking to get this to an internal temperature of 120 degrees. Ideally, our fire would reach no higher than about 250 degrees. But again, no thermometer. We'll come back with our vents over the protein to draw that smoke. So our roast is out there on the Weber, man. We're going to make this compound butter I spoke of earlier. What I've got here is 2 sticks of unsalted butter. Very important that the butter be unsalted. I'm going to now come in here with 2 cloves of finely minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons, nice tablespoons of some finely minced shallots. This is 6 anchovy fillets, pretty much turned into a bit of a paste, chopped really fine. What I've got here is 1 teaspoon of paprika and 2 teaspoons of curry powder. Got 2 teaspoons of parsley and 2 teaspoons of tarragon leaves. Again, everything is just fine. We're going to give this maybe a teaspoon of salt. Those anchovies bring some salt. And finally, a couple of teaspoons of Dijon mustard. This butter is at room temperature. So we're just going to work this around to get everybody incorporated. This is called Café de Paris butter. This is supposed to be some fancy, schmancy compound butter. Somebody told me that I need to try it with a steak, so here we are today. We're giving it a shot. So all we're going to do now is just try to scrape this down. Then we'll come back with some saran wrap and try to roll this out into something resembling a log. You could put this in the refrigerator in whatever container you would like. For example, if you've got those little ice cube trays, you could definitely do that. I don't. So I'm just going to try to roll it, and we're going to put this in the fridge. What's left can be frozen, vacuum sealed, and cut into pieces. That way you have portion sizes. Into the fridge she goes. All right, folks, we're at 45 minutes. Oh, boy, I love the color that mesquite provides. This is looking great. All I'm going to do is just flip it, keeping that fat towards the heat. And we'll give this another half hour or so. I'll come out here and get a temp, but I think we're tracking. All right, folks, we are at an hour and 40 minutes. And I did end up adding probably another 7 briquettes. I guess I did not take into account how cool it is out here. All right, so based on where dead center, we're looking at 118, 117 as it moves around. All right, that says 125. I'm going to call that good. We're going to pull this and let it rest. And meanwhile, we're going to get this fire. I brought out some more and I really cranked up so we can get a good sear. We've timed this so that our prime rib, man, had a good half an hour to rest. Our fire is screaming hot. I'm wearing my Magnus Chef high heat gloves today. I hate sticking this meat to turn it. I'm going to be doing my usual 30-second hot flips, man. This fire is raging. So 30 seconds and I'm flipping. One side heats up, the other side cools down. I would love 128 to 130 as a finish. It's going to climb a couple of degrees. Don't want to forget about that fat cap. These gloves are awesome. All right, we're going to call this good. I am jumping right around 127, 128. We're going to call this good. We're going to get her inside for that compound butter, and we're getting ready to start slicing. All right, folks. We gave it just enough time for this compound butter to melt, man. So not much of a rest required because she rested after she smoked. But man, absolutely beautiful. Nice and crusty. That butter tastes pretty good. Let's see how it tastes in combo with a steak. Man, one bone, this thing is still pretty large. Guess I'll take it off the bone first. That looks pretty good right there. That looks pretty good. Here's our little spinalis. Let's just go right down Main Street. Oh, beautiful. Wow. That is absolutely beautiful. It's a nice medium rare, man. Top to bottom. Wow. Oh, this thing slices like butter. Oh, talk to me, mama. Money. Folks, that was a beautiful choice. Wow. Tasty, juicy, nice and tender. Let me try just a little bit with some of that butter directly.
Okay.
Mama, that butter is legit good. Café de Paris butter, folks. I got dibs on this bone, mama. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. A very simple cook, man. You still got plenty of time to go out there and get you one of these prime ribs. This one was a choice prime rib. Remember, prime rib is the cut. Mom and I want to thank you guys and gals for hanging out with us. We absolutely appreciate it. Be on the lookout for another video coming very soon. In the meantime, Mom and I want you guys to take care of yourselves, love each other, have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you when we see you. Holla.